Let's begin today in a comfortable cross-legged position toward the front of our mats. Sitting up nice and tall, allowing the eyes to softly shut. Start to let go of the dream that you call your life. Let go of your stories, let go of your drama. Let go of your responsibilities, your bills, your expectations, your desires, your dreams, all those things that keep you from being here right now. Take all of that concentration, all of that effort, and bring that focus into your breath. Start expanding your inhales all the way down below your ribs, down into your diaphragm, down into your belly. And then exhale, pushing the belly button back towards your spine, pushing out all of that old, stale air. Inhaling in, sitting up as tall as you can, reaching the crown of the head. Exhaling, letting your shoulders relax down away from your ears, your knees get a little closer down to the earth. And know that right now, you are doing the most advanced asana, the most advanced posture in yoga. All of the other postures that we get ourselves into, I want you to think of them as a distraction. As a distraction from this breath, from this still space. And even though we might move into some very compromising positions on our mats today, I want you to not focus on what your body is doing, not focus on whether or not you have your foot behind your head or you have a full split. That is not what is important. What is important is this right now, this breath. So place your hands down close to your sit bones. If you have a full lotus practice, go ahead and come into full lotus. Push your hands down, engage your core, and lift yourself up off the earth. If you do not have a full lotus practice, come into easy pose. Pull your feet away from each other and just lift off the earth. Taking a few deep breaths, feeling your body shake, feeling your core engage. And release and relax down. Sitting still, sitting tall, feeling your breath. Inhale, lift up off the earth. Take a few deep breaths. And then release down and relax. I'm going to do it one more time. And this time as you do it, see if you can swing through back to chaturanga. So you're going to inhale up. Take a few deep breaths. See if you can start to swing the body. And then swing all the way back and through. Down to the earth. Inhale through and up to cobra. And then exhale back. Downward facing dog. Inhale through plank. Exhale down to 2 inches off the earth. Inhale through and up to cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale down to chaturanga. Inhale through and up, maybe upward facing dog. Exhale back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale to plank. Exhale down to chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Exhale back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale forward to plank. Take a few deep breaths. Spreading the fingers, pushing the whole palm down on the earth. And then take an inhale, rolling over to the left side. Right fingertips up into the sky. Exhale through plank. Inhale over to the right side. Exhale through plank. Inhale over to the left. This time as you exhale, maybe go all the way down to chaturanga. Inhale over to the right. Exhale through center. Inhale over to the right, left. Exhale through center. Inhale over to the right one more time. Exhale through center. Push yourself back up to plank. Place the knees down. Push the tops of the feet into the earth. Spread the fingers. Hands right under the shoulders, knees right under the hips. Inhale in, drop the belly. And exhale, reverse, pushing out all that air. Inhale in. Shining the heart, pushing the shoulders down away from the ears. And then exhale, reverse, tucking the pelvis, pushing the center of their back as high up as you can. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, round the spine. Taking a few cat and cows at the pace of your own breath. Always pushing the tops of the feet down, spreading the fingers, pushing the whole palm down into the earth. Feeling the spine warming up, the breath warming up. And then slowly coming back to center. Take an inhale in, reach that right heel back behind you. When you feel stable here, reach the left arm out in front of you. Big inhale in, exhale elbow to knee. Inhale in, reach, exhale elbow to knee. Inhale in one more time, feel that length. And this time as you exhale, place that left hand down, tuck the toes behind you and come up into three-legged plank. Big inhale here. Exhale, bring knee to nose. Slowly place that left foot down near the right hand. Feeling that stability, feeling the length. Place that left knee down. Untuck the toes. Taking a few deep breaths. Start to take that right foot out toward the edge of your mat. Right hand to the inside of that leg. Maybe coming down to the forearms. Relaxing the head, neck, and shoulders. Or if you'd like, have a little fun with the hand balance. Reach the right hand underneath the left leg. Try to get that right leg as far up onto your shoulder as you can. Start to balance on the hands with that left hand out to the side, bending generously into your knee, into your elbows, creating a little table. And then see if you can start to straighten that front leg and lift the back leg up off the earth. Breathing deep, bending as much as you need to into those elbows to create a platform. Finding those long inhales and long exhales. And then just slowly coming back to runner's stretch. Coming up to your hands. Tuck the left toes back behind you. Send the right foot back to meet the left. Down through chaturanga. Inhale up. Upward facing dog. Exhale back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale forward to plank. Place the knees down. Untuck the toes. Pushing the tops of the hands and tops of the feet down into the earth. Take that left heel back behind you. Be sure you're not leaning over to the right. Right in between the shoulders. When you feel stable here, reach the right hand out in front of you. Finding that stability. Pushing the left shoulder down away from your ear. Take a big inhale in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale in, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale in, feel that length one more time. And then this time as you exhale, place that right hand down. Tuck the right hose back behind you. Three-legged plank. Inhale in. Exhale, knee to nose. And then softly place that left foot down near the left hand. Drop the hips. Reach that right heel. Feel your length. And then place that right knee down, untuck the toes. Drop the hips just a little bit more, reaching the crown of the head. Take the left foot out to the left side. Left hand to the inside of that left foot. Coming down to the forearms. Maybe just the right forearm. Maybe both. Maybe relaxing the head here. Taking a few deep breaths. Or reaching that left hand underneath the left leg. Come back up to that right hand. Bend generously into the elbows. Try to get that knee as far up on that shoulder as you can. Bending generously into the elbows. Start to straighten that front leg. And then maybe float up off the back leg. Breathing deep. Finding those long inhales and long exhales. One more big inhale. Exhale it out. And then slowly placing yourself back in runner's stretch. Breathing deep. Relaxing and releasing. Coming up to the hands. Tuck the right toes back behind you. Send the left foot back to meet the right. Down through chaturanga. Inhale up. And this time let the knees be nice and wide. Bring the big toes together. Exhale back to child's pose. Take a few deep breaths. Feeling the lower back release, closing the eyes. Feeling the belly drop with every breath. Connecting with the earth underneath you. Connecting with your breath. And know that this pose is there for you any time that you need it. My voice is only a guide. I make suggestions for ways that you might take along your journey if you ever feel disconnected from your breath, disconnected from your practice. Please come back here, be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself. Take a few deep breaths. Reconnect and then join us again when you're ready. Remember that yoga is not about trying hard. It's about trying easy. It's about pushing yourself right to that line of no return, but not beyond it. And having the patience and knowledge that when you come back tomorrow, that line will be just a little bit further away. Change that happens with alacrity will usually leave just as quickly. When we try to force change, we cause injury, frustration. But when we can allow change, then we'll usually change with a bit more permanence. So please, as we start to move through our standing asanas, be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself. Only push yourself to a place that is still comfortable, just allowing space, and where you can still breathe. It's the most important thing that you will find. If you can breathe through it, then you can get through it. Slowly come up through tabletop, take the hips up and back, and come into downward facing dog. You can bend one knee and then the other, feeling that length. Get your hips and sit bones a little higher into the sky. Really spread the fingers, whole palm down on the earth. And keeping the torso where it is, just bend the knees to 2 inches off the earth, really engaging the arms. Inhale, straighten the legs, sink the heels. Exhale, knees down toward the earth. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, down toward the earth. Inhale, straighten one more time. Exhale, release the heels down. Inhale that right heel all the way up into the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale that right heel all the way up. Exhale the knee over to that left elbow. Stay here, engage the core, try to get that knee nice and high, or bend into the elbows and come into the arm balance. Breathing deep wherever you are, engaging your core, feeling your balance. And then inhale that right heel up. Exhale the right knee toward the right elbow. Try to get it up into that right armpit. If you came into the arm balance a moment ago, see if you can slowly come into it here. Otherwise, just keep engaging the core. And then softly place that right foot down near the right hand. Be sure that the right heel is lined up with the right hip, and the left heel is lined up with the left hip. Take a big inhale in, reach the arms forward. Exhale, leave the chest down on the thigh. Inhale up to crescent pose. Try and put a little bend in that right knee so that you can tuck the pelvis underneath you. And then push that left heel all the way back behind you to straighten that left leg as much as you can when you feel it in the top of that left thigh. Engage the core. Take the rounding out of the spine. Breathe all the way through to the fingertips. Bend a little more into that front knee. And pull that right heel back toward you to engage underneath that right thigh. Take a big inhale here. And then exhale, take that left hand down to the inside of the right foot. Reach the right fingertips up into the sky. Trying to tuck that right hip underneath you, reaching that left heel back behind you. Breathing deep. Reaching the crown of the head straight forward. And then on an inhale, keep the torso where it is and come up to twisting crescent. So, reaching that right arm back behind you, left arm forward. Inhale, exhale it out. Inhale, bring it forward. And this time as you exhale, place that chest down on your thigh, and then inhale up to Warrior 3. Arms out in front of you, arms out to the side, or at heart center. Breathing deep, flexing those left toes. Take a big inhale in. Exhale, bend the supporting knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend one more time. Place that left foot all the way back. Inhale up to crescent pose. Bring the palms together, maybe gaze up, arch back. Bring the hands to heart center. Left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. Pushing down with that right hand. A little deeper of a twist than where we were just a moment ago. So reaching that left heel back behind you. Maybe reaching the left fingertips down, right fingertips up. And then maybe coming into the bind, if you know it. Breathing deep, wherever you are. Reaching that left heel back, bending generously into that right knee. Take a big inhale here. And then exhale, place the hands down, start to straighten the front leg, and come into pyramid. Relaxing the nose down toward the knee, crown of the head down toward the toes, maybe coming up to the fingertips if you need to. So feel the length in the low back, sinking the heart down towards your toes. Breathing deep. Start to bend into that front knee. Place the left heel down, toes still reaching toward the front, and then inhale the arms up for Warrior 1. Trying to get that left hip just as far forward as it was in crescent pose. Still pulling that right heel back toward you, pushing down with the outside of that left foot to straighten that leg a little bit more. Take a big inhale here. Exhale it out. Inhale, straighten that front leg. And then exhale, place that left hand on the inside of the right foot, right fingertips up into the sky, Parivrtta Trikonasana, twisting triangle. Reaching the crown of the head straight to where those right toes are pointing, right fingertips up into the sky. Breathing deep, pushing down with that right big toe to straighten that right leg. One more breath. And then start to bend into that front knee. Bring that right heel in line with that left arch. Cartwheel the arms up and come into Warrior 2. Be sure that that right knee doesn't collapse in. Be sure it's tracking right out over the toes. Tucking the hips underneath you, trying to shine the insides of your thighs up to the sky. Pushing the outside of the left foot down. Be sure you're not reaching forward or back, but that your shoulders are right over your hips. Gazing out over the right middle finger. Breathing deep. Take a big inhale in. Exhale, bend just a little more into that front knee. Inhale, turn that palm up and send it back. Make the warrior peaceful. Gazing up toward those right fingertips, outside of the left foot. As much as you reach with the right fingertips, bend with the right knee. Feeling the length in the right side of the body. Breathing deep, trying not to put too much weight in that left hand. One more big inhale. Exhale, bend a little deeper. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Start to reach the right hand in between the shoulder blades and take the left hand up to meet the right. Start to bend into that right knee and come up onto the left toes. Coming back into crescent with the arms intertwined. See if while you're in crescent, reverse the arms. Left arm back behind you, and the right hand up to meet the left, as close as you can get them. And then start to lean to the right and back, opening up the left side of the body. Evening out the arms. Feeling it all the way through to your psoas. You can bend a little bit into that left knee, so you can twist a little deeper. And then reverse the arms one more time. Feeling the shoulders release. If you don't quite have your fingers, keep the back of that left palm down and the front of the right palm. Otherwise, see if you can interlace. Slowly come back to warrior two and then lean back. Pulling open that right side. One more big inhale. Exhale it out. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, reach the right fingers as far as they'll go, down toward the shin. Peace grip around the toes. Earth on the inside or outside, wherever you can be, to still reach those left fingertips up. And try to take the curve out of the spine. Maybe you need to come up a little bit on the leg, so you can get that spine as straight as you can. Still tucking the right hip underneath you. Breathing deep. One more big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, try to kiss your shoulder blades back behind you. As you exhale, bend into that front knee. Reach the right fingertips to the outside of the right foot. You can bring that left hand to your thigh or your hip if you need to. And slowly find your way to half moon. Maybe try to float up off those right fingertips. Feeling that balance. Maybe bring that right hand to the right shin. Still opening up. Finding that one spot at which to gaze. Breathing deep. Maybe bending that left leg. Reaching back for the top of the left foot. Breathing wherever you are. And then slowly start to let the left hand take the place of the right. Reach the right fingertips up into the sky. Breathing deep, finding those long inhales and long exhales. Trying to turn those left toes over to the right side. And then let the right fingertips come down. Get that left leg just a little higher in standing splits. And then bend into that right knee. Send the left foot all the way back. Right foot back to meet the left. Down through chaturanga. Inhale up. And then exhale back to child's pose. Knees be nice and wide. Big toes together. Release and relax down. Take a few deep, well-deserved breaths. Releasing and relaxing. And see if you can feel the difference between your right side and your left side. If you can notice all the work that we've done on the right, the opening, maybe your hips a little bit tired, maybe it feels just a little more open. When we can notice these little subtle differences, then our progress starts to become a little more tangible. So being kind to yourself, being patient with yourself, you know where we're going on the left side. So I want you to think about the transitions between each of your poses. And remember that the transitions are just as important as the postures. It's that space in between. So see if you can find your breath, find your grace in between each of the poses. Slowly start to come back up through tabletop. Tuck the toes behind you. Send the hips up and back. Come back into downward facing dog. Take a big inhale in. Exhale the knees down toward the earth, 2 inches off the earth. Inhale back up. Exhale the knees down. Inhale back up. Try to keep that heart sinking down to the toes the whole time. Exhale the knees down to 2 inches off the earth. Inhale up one more time. Exhale, release the heels. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale that heel up. Exhale the knee over to that right elbow. Come into the hand balance if you know it. Otherwise, just keep engaging your core. Reaching that right heel back behind you. Breathing deep. On an inhale, reach that heel up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Try to get it up to that armpit, engaging your core. Coming back into that hand balance if you know it. Otherwise, just keep engaging. And then softly place that left foot down on the inside of the left foot, left hand. Be sure that right heel is lined up with the right hip, left heel with the left hip. Feel that stability. And then inhale the arms out in front of you, chest down on that thigh. Exhale. Inhale up to crescent pose. Put a little bend in that right knee so you can tuck the pelvis underneath you so you're not sticking out over that front thigh. Reach that right heel back behind you. Straighten that leg as much as you can so you feel it in the top of that right thigh. Engage your core. Take the round out of the spine. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Pull that left heel back towards you. Breathe all the way through to your fingertips. Take a few deep breaths. One more big inhale. Exhale, take the right hand down on the inside of the left foot. Left fingertips up into the sky. Still bending generously into that left knee. Trying to kiss your shoulder blades back behind you. Reaching that right heel straight back. Straightening that right leg as much as you can. Breathing deep. Finding those long inhales and long exhales. One more big inhale in. And exhale the arms forward. Inhale up to crescent pose. Take a big inhale here. Exhale that chest down to the thigh and inhale forward and up to warrior 3. Hands out to the side, out in front of you or at heart center. Take a big inhale in. Find that one spot to gaze at. Exhale, bend that front knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Place that right foot all the way back. Inhale yourself up to crescent pose. Bring the palms together. Maybe gaze up, arch back. Bring the hands down to heart center. Right elbow on the outside of the left thigh. Pushing down with that left hand, opening the heart. Reaching that right heel back behind you. Maybe reaching the right fingertips down, left fingertips up. Or coming all the way into the bind. Breathing deep wherever you are. Into that tight space, that tight twist. Finding those long inhales and long exhales. Opening the heart up to the sky. One more big inhale in. And exhale, place the hands down, straighten that front leg. Reach that right heel back behind you. Feel the hips nice and square to the front of your mat. Exhale the crown of your head down toward that left big toe. Breathing deep. Letting that left leg be nice and straight. Pushing that left big toe down. And start to bend into that left knee. Place the right heel down. Still reaching the right toes toward the front of your mat. Inhale yourself up for warrior one. Trying to get that right hip just as far forward as it was in crescent pose. Breathing deep all the way through to the fingertips. Take a big inhale in. Exhale, bend a little more into that knee. Try to pull that left heel back towards you. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, place the right hand down on the inside of the left foot. Left fingertips up into the sky, Parvita Trikonasana. Crown of the head, heading straight to where those left toes are pointing. Breathing deep, pushing the outside of that right foot down. Trying to kiss the shoulder blades back behind you. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, place that left hand down, and then start to bring that left heel in line with that right arch. And then gracefully find your way up to warrior two. Try not to let that left knee collapse in. Tracking right out over the toes, reaching fingertips away from each other, shoulders down away from your ears. Tucking the hips underneath you. Gazing out over that left middle finger. Pulling that left heel back towards you to engage underneath that left thigh. Turn the left palm up. Send it back. Make your warrior peaceful. As much as you reach with those left fingertips, bend with that left knee. Gazing up at those left fingers or down toward the outside of the right foot. Pushing down with the outside of the right foot. Straighten that right leg. One more big inhale. Exhale, bend a little more in that left knee. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Start to reach the left hand down in between your shoulder blades. Right hand up to meet the left. Interlace the fingers if you can, sitting up nice and tall. Starting to take the torso forward. Bend into that front knee. Bring that right foot up. Come right into crescent. Change the interlacing of your hands. That right arm reaching down for the left. Put a little bend in that right knee. Start to lean toward the left and back. Opening up the right side of the body. Opening up the psoas. Breathing deep. Switch the interlace of the hands. Place that right heel back down. Bend into that left knee and send the torso back just like you were in Peaceful Warrior. Opening up that left side, opening the heart up into the sky. Big inhale and exhale it out. Inhale, straighten that leg. Unwind, reach with the left fingertips down toward the shin, peace grip, earth. Wherever you can still reach that right arm up. Try to take the round out of the spine. Pushing that left big toe down, tucking the left hip underneath you so it's not sticking out to the side. Really try to keep everything in one long straight line. Breathing deep. Finding those long inhales and long exhales. Start to bend into the left knee. Reach the left hand to the outside of the left foot and gracefully find your way up to half moon. Flexing the right toes. Breathing, finding that one spot at which to gaze. Maybe floating up off those left fingers. Maybe bringing that left hand to the left shin. Maybe bending that left knee, reaching for the top, or that right knee, reaching for the top of the right foot. Kicking into the hand, opening up the hips, stopping anywhere along the way. And then slowly let that right hand take the place of the left. Straighten out that right leg. Tuck the hip underneath you. Point the right toes toward the left. And then reach the left fingertips up into the sky. Opening up the outside of that left leg. Should feel wonderful after all that work. One more big inhale. Exhale, place the left hand down. Get that right heel just a little higher in standing splits. And then bend that supporting leg. Send the right foot back. Send the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale in plank. Exhale down through chaturanga. Inhale through and up. And then exhale back. Grab a couple extra push-ups if you would like. And come right back into child's pose. Knees nice and wide, big toes together. Take a few deep breaths. Being kind to yourself, patient with yourself. Your forehead relaxed down to the earth. Closing the eyes. So I'll take a big inhale in through the nose. Hold the breath at the top. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Inhale in through the nose. Hold the breath at the top one more time. Open the mouth and sigh it out. When we can make these verbal affirmations, it lets our body know that everything's okay. We can just relax. So congratulate yourself for making it through those standing asanas. And then slowly start to come back up through tabletop. Tuck the toes behind you, send the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come down to your forearms. Interlace the fingers except for the pinkies, so that way you have a nice little foundation for your hands. And come into dolphin, still sinking the heart down for the toes. You start to bring the toes in toward you. And walk the feet away. And come into forearm plank. Engaging the core, reaching the heels behind you. And walking the feet in, coming into dolphin. And walk the feet away, coming back to forearm plank. Now you can keep doing this, just heading back and forth as you breathe to dolphin and forearm plank. Or you can place the crown of your head down on the earth, in between your elbows and forearms. Walk the feet a little closer in, maybe get one foot up into the sky, and then the other. Or maybe just find your way up to headstand. Breathing deep wherever you are. Feeling that length in the neck, so it's not compressing your neck. And then if you'd like, you can place your palms down on the earth. Slowly start to bend your knees, stopping anywhere along the way. And see if you can just push your shoulders down and away so that you can lift your head up off the earth and come right in to Pincha Mayurasana. Scorpion. Gazing at those thumbs, pointing the toes, feeling the length in the front of the body. Breathing deep wherever you are, maybe finding some stillness in headstand. If you've come in for Pincha Mayurasana, if you can just gracefully put your head down on the earth, bring your fingers back together, feet up into the sky, and then slowly find your way back to dolphin. Send the feet back to forearm plank, wherever you are, and place the knees down and come into child's pose. It's always good to come into child's pose after headstand and some of these inversions, just so that way the blood has a minute to recirculate. Feel the length in the spine, breathing deep. Come up through tabletop, tuck the toes behind you, send the hips up and back. Get that right heel all the way up into the sky, point the toe, let it fall over to the side. Stay here or come into Kamatkatasana. Wild thing, half back bend, flip the dog. Reaching those right fingertips down, keeping that left leg straight, pushing the outside of the left foot down. Big inhale in, exhale, bring that right hand back, get the right foot all the way up into the sky. And wherever you are, exhale it through for pigeon pose. Trying to flex those right toes, getting them to come up toward the front of your mat. Get that left foot back behind you. Sit up nice and tall. And then start to come down to your forearms. Maybe reaching your arms all the way out in front of you, relaxing your head down to the earth. If you'd like to come into any variation, we're going to be here for a little while. I know that pigeon pose is my least favorite pose, so I spend a lot of extra time in pigeon pose. It's usually the poses that we dislike the most, that we need the most. So maybe you'd like to come back up, maybe bend that left knee, start to pull it in with the left hand, coming into the eye of that elbow, maybe reaching the right arm forward and back. Stopping anywhere along the way, just listening to your body, maybe grabbing that foot, starting to make your way to full expression. Breathing deep wherever you are, allowing the body to release and relax. Maybe if you've come up for a different variation and you'd like to just relax in a nice pigeon prep, letting that right hip go. Taking a few long inhales and long exhales, feeling the space in that right hip. I think a little more relaxation with every breath. So often we get so focused on getting our shin up to our eyebrows, like that's somehow going to change our lives. But it's the process of getting your shin up to the eyebrows that is going to change your life, not the goal. It's finding that patience, finding that space, finding that kindness, forgiveness. With every breath, knowing that you have a little bit more time to release one more thing. Slowly start to come up onto your hands. Toes back behind you. Send the right heel all the way up and back into the sky. Release that hip however you need to. Feel it rolling out, letting go. And bring that right foot down to meet the left. That left heel all the way up into the sky. Point the toe, let the foot fall over to the right. Stay here, reaching that knee up into the sky. In to the half back bend. Kamatkatasana, wild thing. Really try to get that right shoulder down away from that right ear. Pushing down with that left heel to get the hips nice and high. Pushing down with the outside of the right foot. One more big inhale. And then exhale that left hand down. That left heel all the way up and back. And then come forward into pigeon on the other side. Reaching that left foot back behind you. Hips nice and square to the front of your mat. Try to let that left knee come out to the outside of your body if you can. Flex those toes. Feeling yourself sitting nice and tall. And then come down to the forearms. Reaching the hands out in front of you, relaxing the head down. Stopping anywhere along the way, going into any variation that you would like. Finding those same long inhales and long exhales. Breathing deep, relaxing with each breath. And just see what you're saying to yourself right now. Are you being kind? Are you being encouraging? And I love what Eckhart Tolle said. He said, if you would like to know what your life is going to look like in 5 years, then notice what you are saying to yourself in your mind right now. And I think that's such a brilliant way of looking at it. Every 7 years, our body completely replaces every cell. So you physically become a new human being every 7 years. So what are you saying to yourself as your body regenerates? As your physical body becomes completely new? What are you telling yourselves? Are you telling yourselves to regenerate with space and healing, kindness and patience? Or are you telling yourselves to regenerate with stress, frustration, anger, impatience, unbalance? The mind is a very powerful, powerful thing. So what are you using your mind to do? Are you helping your body heal itself with every regeneration, with every new cell that's born? Are you finding a little deeper breath? Finding a little more space? A little more understanding? A little deeper breath? A little more patience? A little more release? Can you find one more muscle to let go with every breath? Maybe it's a muscle in your face. Or maybe you want to tense up just a few muscles in your face. I think it's only 7. Start to reach the corners of your mouth up towards your ears. It takes so few muscles to smile and so very many to frown. Slowly coming back up to your hands. Tuck the right toes back, that left heel all the way up into the sky, slowly letting that hip go however you need, and then bring it down next to the right. Inhale, turn the gaze forward, come up to the balls of your feet, and float or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, straighten the legs, bring the hands to your shins, feel the length in the half forward fold. Exhale, melt a little deeper. Heel toe your feet out to the edges of your mat. Turn your toes out. Send your hips down to the earth. Bring the elbows right into your knees. Hands to heart center, sitting up nice and tall. Breathing deep in a nice squat. Place the hands down in front of you. Start to bend into the elbows so you can get your knees up onto your triceps. And then slowly, one toe at a time, find your way up to crow. If you have a regular crow practice, see if you can straighten your arms, getting your knees all the way up into your armpits for full expression. Maybe even start to come into some variations. Or just holding a nice crow. Or playing, getting the feet just slowly up off the earth, one toe at a time. And then coming back into a squat. Really let those hips go, rock from side to side. Place your hips down on the earth, bring your knees up into your chest, sitting up nice and tall, take the round out of your spine. Bring the shins parallel to the earth. Hold on to the back of the knees for a moment if you need to, feel that stability. And then release, reaching the fingers, maybe straightening the legs, maybe flexing the toes. Big inhale in, exhale down to recline, float just a few inches off the earth. Inhale up, exhale, reclined. Inhale up, reach the fingers, exhale, reclined. Inhale up one more time, take a few deep breaths. Exhale, reclined. Reach that right heel up, fingers down toward those toes. Switch the legs. Breathing deep, keeping the head and shoulders off the earth. Switch one more time. And switch one more time. Bring that right foot up to meet the left. Reaching down for those toes, engaging the core. Keeping those long, deep inhales and deep exhales, or if you know it, coming into breath of fire. Just a few more seconds, engage the core, reach for those toes. Big inhale in, see if you can touch your toes. And an exhale, release down. Bend the knees, take the balls or the soles of the feet down on the earth. Close into your sit bones, hip distance apart. Push down into the earth, lift the hips up into the sky. And take the hands underneath the shoulders. Or stay in bridge if you would like. You can tuck one shoulder blade and then the other. Interlace the hands underneath you. Otherwise, come right up for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Trying to get the knees in toward each other so they're not sticking out to the sides. Breathing deep. And if you have a regular Urdhva Dhanurasana practice, like to try something a little different, come down to your forearms, reaching your fingertips towards your heels. And then coming up to the balls of your feet, start to walk your toes in towards your fingers. Breathing deep wherever you are. Finding those same long inhales and long exhales. And slowly start to unwind, coming down one vertebra at a time. Bring the knees up into your chest. You can rock from side to side, letting that low back release. And then if you're inverting today, go ahead and send your feet up over your head and come into plow. Should feel really good as a counter pose to Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you're not inverting today, bring the soles of your feet together, knees fall out to the side, right hand to your heart, and left hand on your belly. Supta Baddha Konasana. If you've come back for plow, start to reach your hands towards your toes, if that's comfortable for you, and doesn't put any pressure on your neck. And then letting your feet go a little bit wide, start to reach both hands over to the left, on the outside of that left leg. See if you can feel that right shoulder opening. You can start to roll onto that right shoulder blade and really feel it pushing down into the earth. The right toes will come down and the left toes reaching over to the left. It's going to open up that right shoulder blade a lot. It should feel really good. And then slowly start to take the hands in prayer over to that right side. Left toes down on the earth, pushing the left shoulder blade down into the earth. Really feeling it opening. And then slowly coming back to plow. You can find your way up to shoulder stand. Bringing the elbows in toward each other. Finding a little stability. If it's okay on your neck, maybe reaching the fingertips down towards your toes. Be sure that all the weight is in your shoulders, pushing down into the earth. If you'd like to find your way to any other inversion, perhaps making your way up to handstand. Listening to your body. Naming your inversions, whatever they might be. Finding some stillness. Finding those long inhales and long exhales. Maybe getting another headstand, handstand, shoulder stand. And then whenever you're ready, start to find your way back. You can head through plow, deaf man's pose, balancing your knees on your forehead, rolling down one vertebra at a time. And then bring your knees up into your chest, wherever you are. If you're in Supta Pasana, go ahead and meet us back. Rocking from side to side. And then reaching on the insides of the knees to the outsides of the feet. Come into Happy Baby. See if you can feel the nostalgia of this pose. What it used to be like to be a happy little baby. Put his feet behind your head and laugh. Now most of us put our feet behind our head and we don't laugh. But your body remembers what it was like to have that kind of flexibility. It's the mind that doesn't remember. So with that in mind, bring the soles of your feet together. Start to pull them in towards your chest. Maybe up towards your nose. Maybe your forehead. Oh, the back of your head, it's right there. Maybe you can try and interlace your ankles. Get your feet behind your head. If you can get your feet behind your head, see if you can release your arms. Take a few deep breaths. And then slowly release. Hug your knees in. Release the low back. Keeping that left knee in, let the right leg straighten out onto the earth. Pull that left knee over the body with the right arm, left leg, arm out to the side. And a nice spinal twist. Breathing deep. Letting the body release and relax, closing the eyes. Maybe straightening that left leg, reaching for a peace grip around those toes with the right hand, bending the right knee, reaching for the top of that right foot with the left hand. Feeling that release. Feeling that very last vertebra release and relax. Take a few deep breaths. Trying to get that left thigh down and away from you. And then bring the knees back through center. Legs straighten out onto the earth. Hold on to the right leg with the left hand. Right arm out to the side. Pull that knee over the body. Maybe straighten that top right leg. Maybe bend the left knee. Breathing wherever you are. Spinal twist. As we finish up and cool down, some thoughts may start to come in, some worries about your life. See if you can just let them go and say, I just need a few more minutes, just a few more minutes with me, with my breath. Finding a little more space, a little more release. Releasing that very last vertebra. Breathing deep. Slowly, ever so slowly, bring the knees back up into your chest. Hugging them in, releasing that low back. Giving yourself a final, well-deserved hug. Thanking yourself for coming to your mat today. And then slowly extending out into our final Savasana. Straighten the legs out. Toes fall away from each other, palms up to the sky. Tuck one shoulder blade and then the other. Reach the crown of the head away from the rest of your body. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Start to relax all the muscles in your face, down through your body. Feeling the weight of your bones, the weight of your muscles, the weight of every organ and cell in your body, sinking down, heavy, supported by the earth. allowing yourself just to breathe, allowing yourself just to be. Slowly allow your awareness to come back to your breath and just notice how you're breathing. See if you can feel your breath in your fingertips and your toes. Rub your thumbs over your fingers. Roll the wrists, the ankles, the knees, the elbows, the shoulders, the hips. Stretch your arms up above you like you're waking up from the best dream. Rolling onto one side or the other, keeping the eyes softly shut. Start to make your way back to that same comfortable cross-legged position in which we started class. Sitting up tall, relaxing the shoulders, finding those long inhales and long exhales. Notice if you're sitting a little easier, if your breath is coming a little calmer, and if your thoughts seem just a little bit further apart.